All right, Chris, thank you. Late today, the Georgia Senate passed a bill to restrict transgender youth from sports facilities and participating in their gender-specific sport.
Yeah, so this bill was put together at the Capitol in just the last week. 11 Alive's Doug Richards joining us live from the Capitol with more on this. Doug?
Yeah, this bill passed about an hour ago. Democrats objected not only to the content of the bill, but also the way it was sort of cobbled together in a way that critics describe as a Frankenbill.
You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
The language in the bill suddenly appeared last week, attached to what had been a bipartisan bill to support the mental health of student athletes. Transgender activists returned to the Capitol for a loud rally, steps away from the Senate chamber where lawmakers plan to vote.
And as a queer community, it is so much harder because we have to sit there and have so many targets on our backs.
Which I've also incorporated into Part 3 of this bill.
Republican Senator Clint Dixon described all the bill's new parts. It restricts the teaching of sex education for younger children. It requires schools to notify parents about library books checked out by students. And it restricts transgender youth from locker rooms and sports matching their identity.
And no matter what the male would claim his gender identity is currently, it would be based off of his birth certificate and would not be allowed to play in those girls' sports.
Dixon had the backing of the Republican majority, who passed the bill over the heated objections of Democrats.
This Frankenstein bill cobbles together some of our most draconian and backwards thinking.
Anyone that is voting yes on this bill while simultaneously voting for the twisted process that we are operating under really needs to be ashamed of themselves.
So, Doug, a big question here that a lot of people have is what happens next?
Yes. Yeah, and it's a reasonable question. This is a bill that has already passed the House, but it was a much different bill when it passed the House. It got bipartisan support. Everybody actually applauded in the room when the freshman lawmaker introducing it got it passed so overwhelmingly. It's possible that lawmaker who wrote the bill will not even vote for it if it gets back on the floor on sine die, which is adjournment on Thursday.